did it. I'ma tell him I rose up. I'm a survivor. Fight for my life. Gonna get stronger. I will survive. I'm a survivor. Fight for my life. Gonna get stronger.
What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to go through my National League predictions for the 2024-25 season. These are just early predictions, so anything can really happen later on in the year. But yeah, we're just going to have a little bit of fun with this. Before we get to the video guys, please be sure to hit the like button. Let's go for slightly smaller one today. Let's go for 425 likes. I know you can do it, so please be sure to smash that like button, and also please click the subscribe button. We are on the road to 50 subscribers at the moment. We are currently at 28, so we're just over halfway. So yeah, please be sure to hit the subscribe button. It really helps, and it shows me that you have good support for the channel. Well, you already do have good support, so thank you very much for that good support guys. And also please turn on the bell, the notifications bell, so you don't miss any future videos. And let's get straight into the predictions. So on this tier list, as you can see, we've got 5 tiers. We've got the relegated teams from 24th to 21st. We've got survival teams, the teams that are just surviving relegation from 20th to 14th. Then we've got the top half from 13th to 8th. Then we've got the playoffs from 7th to 2nd, because there's a lot of playoffs. There's a lot of teams that can make the playoffs in this division. And then you've got the champion of the National League. So we just have a little bit of fun with this. Remember, these are just early predictions, so don't get too mad at where I put your teams. So yeah, let's just get straight into it. I do have my paper down here to remind me of where I put the teams. We're gonna go from bottom all the way up to the top, because if I just go like this, if I just go across, then I'm just gonna lose where I've put them. So yeah, let's start out in 24th place. The first team getting relegated, I've put Braintree Town. The main reason is because I don't really know anything about this club. It's a newly promoted team, so yeah, it really all depends on what business they do in the summer, and it really depends on how well the players play together. If the players don't play very well, then obviously Braintree aren't going to do very well, but if they do play together really well, then Braintree could survive. But this is just my early prediction, so I'm going to go with Braintree, the newly promoted Braintree Town, to finish bottom of National League. Share your thoughts if you're a Braintree Town fan. Next up, in 23rd place, I've gone with AFC Fylde. Again, don't know much about this club. I know they got promoted, not last season, but the season before, to get promoted to last season's season. They actually did pretty well. They did struggle a little bit at the start of the season, but then they came back and survived, which is good for them. The second season in National League now. But I just feel like some of the teams coming up to the National League are going to want to survive, and they're going to make it very hard for teams like AFC Fylde to try and survive again. So I am going to say that AFC Fylde are finishing 23rd in the National League next season. Next up, I've gone with Ebbsfleet United, to finish in 22nd place. The next team getting relegated. Just like AFC Fylde, they struggled a little bit at the start of the season last season, but like AFC Fylde, they managed to survive, which is really good for them. Yeah, I just feel like AFC Fylde and FC are going to struggle a little bit next season. They could prove me wrong. They could have a good transfer window and then do really well in the National League and then survive again, or push on. But that's just my prediction. I think they're going to finish 22nd and go down. And the next team to get relegated, the final team to get relegated, I've gone with Tamworth. Now this team, I did watch them in the National League North, I believe it is. They did do really well. They won the National League North, and they pretty much ran away with the league, really. They finished with over 90 points, which is really good for them. But I just feel like Tamworth, they haven't been in this league for a while, and they're going to need to try and settle in first. And I feel like Tamworth are going to struggle next season. We do see this now and again where a team wins a league and then they go up and then they really struggle the next season and then they go straight back down. I just feel like that's what Tamworth are going to do. I feel like they've just won National League North and now they're just going to struggle a little bit and then go back down. Again, could prove me wrong. They could have a good transfer window and then do really well in the National League and then survive or get as high as they can, but I just feel like they're going to go down. Okay, starting my first team to survive relegation is going to be Maidenhead. This team is now basically a team that's used to being in this league. They know how to survive. They know how to do well in this league. Obviously, last season they didn't do as well as they sometimes do, but I just feel like they still have enough to stay up. Oh, sorry guys. Yeah, I just feel like Maidenhead are going to survive, but only just in 20th place. Next up in 19th place, doing a similar job to Maidenhead here, is Wealdstone. I do feel like they're going to do the same thing as Maidenhead. They know how to survive, they know this league really well. So I just don't see why they can't stay up here. Yeah, I just feel like they're going to do exactly the same as Maidenhead, do really well, but only just survive in 19th place. Next up, in 18th place, York City. Where are they? Oh, there. York City have become a very mediocre team in the National League now. They have been up in the EFL a couple of times, but now they've been down in the National League, and now they're just doing really mediocre. Obviously, last season they barely survived. They were in the relegation zone for a little bit, but they somehow found a way to get out of it. So they are a team that know how to survive. They just need to stop struggling. They just need to try and play a little bit better, and then they'll probably get higher up in the table. But yeah, I think York City have enough to survive, and that's why they're going in 18th place for me. Coming in 17th place, a little bit of a drop off, and I feel like it's really harsh of me saying this, is Rochdale. Rochdale, a team that I believe was in trouble last season, they nearly went bankrupt, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, there. Yeah, I feel like Rochdale, they are a good, solid team. They know how to survive in this league. But last season they didn't do as well as some people thought they would do. So yeah, I feel like Rochdale are going to do the same thing. They're going to make people think that they're going to do really well, and all of a sudden they drop down the table a little bit, and then they finish in like a mediocre place, in 17th place. That's just my prediction. What is your thoughts, guys, on that one? 16th place for me is Dagenham and Redbridge. Again, another team that's familiar to these 5 leagues. Obviously, Dagenham and Redbridge have been up to the EFL a few times, but now, just like York City, they've been down in the National League and they've been very mediocre. Obviously, over the past few seasons, Dagenham and Redbridge have been doing a lot better than York City. They know how to finish in the top 10, the top 12. Yeah, I just feel like they're going to have just a little bit of a drop off this next season. But yeah, they're still going to survive in 16th place for me. What do you guys think on that one? In 15th place, a newly promoted side, I've gone with Boston United. I feel like this team know this league quite well. They've been in this league a couple of times already, so they know this league really well. I just feel like sometimes you get a team that comes up and does surprisingly well, and I just feel like that's going to be Boston in 15th place for me, and it's a good place to start off with if you just come up from the National League South or North, wherever they came from. I think it was National League North that they came up from. But yeah, sometimes you do get that. Sometimes you get a team that's just come up from that league and just does really well next season. So 15th place for Boston for me. In 14th place, I've gone with Gateshead. Just a little bit of a drop off here. Obviously, last season they couldn't make the playoffs, even though they made the playoffs, but they couldn't play in it because their stadium wasn't EFL standard, if that makes sense. So yeah, if they I feel like if they want to play in the playoffs, they need to build on their stadium a little bit and make it EFL level. But yeah, I just feel like they're going to have a little bit of a drop off next season. I don't know why, because obviously they're going to want to get back to the playoffs and see if they can actually play there now. But yeah, I just feel like they're going to have a little bit of a drop off. They're still going to do well for me, but just going to fall down the table just a little bit in 14th. They still survive. Share your thoughts on that one, guys. Okay, the first team making the top half in 13th place, I've gone with Hartlepool. Obviously, a very well-known club. Obviously, they're very well known to Jeff from Gillette Soccer Saturday. They're a very known club for him because he supports Hartlepool. Obviously, last season they also did mediocre, just like Rochdale. They made us think that they're going to do really well, and then all of a sudden they finished mid-table-ish. But I feel like Hartlepool are going to do better than Rochdale, and I feel like they're going to do really well, but finish top half for me in 13th place. Share your thoughts on that one, guys. 12th place was the newly relegated teams. I've gone with Forest Green Rovers. These guys have just been struggling a lot recently. They went up to League 1, they won League 2, went up to League 1 and finished bottom with about like 25 points, I believe. Then they got relegated, and then last season they finished bottom of League 2. So yeah, it's really not going well for Forest Green Rovers at the moment, and I feel like when they come down to National League, I feel like they're not going to do well again. I feel like they're going to not finish bottom, because I think there's a few teams here that they are very capable at beating, but I just feel like they're not going to do as well again. And I just feel like they're going to finish in the top half, in the 12th place position, but not reach the playoffs or become the champion. What do you guys think on that one? Coming in at 11th place, I've gone with Aldershot. Where are they? They're here. Aldershot, they are a very good team in this league. They know how to get wins over. They know how to place in a high position. Obviously, over the past few seasons, I've seen them finish in around the top half playoffs position. They've finished in, I believe, as well. So yeah, and they've been up to the AFL as well. So these guys know how to do well in this league, and I feel like they're going to have just a little bit of a drop off in 11th place, but I still think that they're going to do really well. So 11th place for Aldershot. What do you guys think on that one? Need a bit of a drink here, my mouth's a bit dry. There we go. Okay, breaking into the top 10. This will probably surprise a few of you. I've gone with Yeovil Town. Yeovil Town probably my favourite out of the ones that got promoted. Obviously, these guys are very well known for recently going up to the Championship. They've been up to League 1, League 2, and then all of a sudden, once they got into the Championship, they just started falling away. So they went up to the Championship, finished bottom, and they just kept dropping and dropping and dropping. And all of a sudden, they come into this league and they drop all the way down to National League South, which is somewhere that they never wanted to be in the first place. But it does happen. You do get teams that do that. But I just feel like Yeovil Town are just going to come up to National League and just blow everyone away, do better than some people think they're going to do. So yeah, I just feel like they're going to finish 10th, have a good season, and barely miss out of the playoffs, but they're still going to have a very good season for me. What do you guys think on that one? Coming in 9th place, just missing out of the playoffs, I've gone with Altrincham. Again, just like Aldershot, these guys know how to do well in this league. Obviously, they've been up to the EFL before. They've been in the playoffs a few times, so these guys know how to do really well in this league. They know how to reach the playoffs. They know how to reach the EFL. But next season, I feel like they're just gonna have a little bit of a drop off, but still have a very good season as they usually do. But yeah, 9th place for Altrincham for me. What do you guys think on that one? 8th place, I've gone with Woking, just missing out on the playoffs. Feel like Woking are going to have a very good season last season. Last season, that wasn't really a good season for them. Obviously, the season before, they finished in 4th place in the playoffs, which was really good for them. But then the following season, last season, they finished around 17th. So I don't really know what happened there. But obviously something went wrong. but I feel like next season they're going to turn it around and just push on towards the playoffs. Just miss out, but I feel like they're going to do really well. And also Woking are one of my favourite teams in the National League. I'm guessing I'm putting them second in my favourites list when it comes to the National League, because obviously the main reason why they're one of my favourites is because when you go on the train from Southampton, they're usually a common station to stop at, and I just like them for that. So yeah, I visit Woking a couple of times. So yeah, Woking, a very good club, but they just miss out for me. What do you guys think on that one? Okay, playoffs next. 7th place, reaching the playoffs. We're going with Halifax Town. I believe they barely missed out of the playoffs last season, so I think this next season they're going to really push on and they're going to make the playoffs. Halifax, another team that know how to do well in this league. They are very well known to this league as well. So yeah, 7th place for Halifax for me. What did you guys think on that one? 6th place, I'll throw a little bit of bias in here, but I'm going to go with Eastleigh. Obviously, as a Southampton fan, I've got to show some love for Eastleigh as well. Eastleigh, obviously, my favourite National League team, so I've got to show some respect for them. And I'm going to throw out a bit of a spoiler here. Eastleigh are going to get promoted next season. Just because I'm a Southampton fan and I love Eastleigh. So, yeah, for me, Eastleigh, I want to see you guys get promoted next season. So, yeah, 6th place for Eastleigh for me. What do you guys think? I know they are a very good team as well. 5th place, Sutton. I feel like these guys will know how to do well in this league when they play in the National League next season. They know how to do better than Forest Green at the moment, that's for sure. So yeah, Sutton, 5th place for me. They're a good team. They'll do strong next season. What do you guys think on that one? Sutton in 5th. 4th place, team that's basically a little bit too big for this league. I'm going with Southend United. I feel like Southend are a very good club. I feel like they started in 1st last season, and was it a points deduction that they had or something, and they were in the relegation zone for a little bit, and towards the end of the season they just started climbing up the table. So these guys know how to do well in this league, as always. Very big club for this league as well. So yeah, 4th place is Southend United. What do you guys think on that one? 3rd place, another team that's familiar to the playoffs. I've gone with Solihull Moors. Again, for them, unlucky to miss out on promotion last season. They lost to Bromley, I believe it was, to go up to the EFL. But yeah, Solihull Moors are usually a strong outfit when it comes to the National League. So these guys know how to do really well. They know how to place really high in this league. And yeah, 3rd place for Solihull Moors for me. What do you guys think on that one? 2nd place, just missing out on automatic promotion. I've gone with Barnet. Honestly, another team just like Solihull Moors, a team that's very well known to this league, a team that really does know how to get promoted in this league. They know how to do well in this league. They know how to place high in this league. They're just a really strong outfit when it comes to the National League, Barnet. So yeah, 2nd place for Barnet for me, but I still think that they're going to miss out on automatic promotion again. And then my champion of the National League is quite simply Oldham Athletic. They're just too big of a club to be in the National League for me. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oldham are just too big to be in this league. They know how to do well. They know how to go up to the EFL. They've been in the EFL multiple times. And yeah, Oldham Athletic are going to be my champions for the National League for me. What do you guys think on that one? So yeah, guys, that is my table predictions for the National League 2024 to 25 season. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Let me know what your predictions are down in the comments below as well. And yeah, please remember to hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, guys.